After almost a year of being gaslit, I won. Kinda just wanna get this off my chest. I was fired in late January for misconduct. This was absolutely untrue. I was a fantastic employee. However, I found out the woman we'd hired and was still training to take my place was earning more than me. After I'd asked for a raise several times over 4 years and been told there wasn't money in the budget, I asked to speak with my employer about it and he fired me on the spot over the phone. His words were, "Get out of my office. I never want to look at you again." I don't believe I'll ever forget how cold my blood ran in that moment. The panic, confusion, heartbreak. He always espoused Christian values. Not my cup of tea. But I thought he meant well. And I considered him a second dad. So to say this stung is a massive understatement. Since I was fired, my mental health issues multiplied. I derived a lot of my self-worth from what an amazing and dependable employee I was. So when I was fired, so suddenly, nothing made sense. I went through a complete crisis of self. I maxed out several credit cards just trying to keep up with rent, bills, and food. I've spent an embarrassing amount of time this year just fully disassociating and crying. Because I was fired, I was not entitled to any unemployment or benefits. I was on my own. I filed an appeal with the labor board in February, and finally had my hearing about a month ago. Today, they ruled in my favor. The judge saw right through my employer and his tricks. The way he was trying to throw me under the bus and disparage my character. The written decision was page after page of, "He was wrong. You were right. We have reversed your decision." I'm really hopeful for some back pay. I don't know how that works. But honestly, it's so much more important to me that I feel like I got my character back. I got me back. I'm not a terrible employee. I'm not a waste of space. I'm not unemployable. I'm not a mean person. I'm a good person who got taken advantage of. This is my first major step towards healing in almost 11 months. I'm still shaking and rereading the letter. I just can't believe it's over. If you read this far, thank you for indulging me. XXETA. Thank you for all your comments. I didn't expect this to get so much attention. Everyone I wanted to share this news with was asleep when I received it. So thank you for celebrating with me. Because so many people are asking why I couldn't collect unemployment, I'll copy and paste my comment here. I was fired in January and almost immediately filed for unemployment. It came back denied, saying I was not eligible because I wasn't just let go. I was fired specifically for misconduct. Therefore, they said my employer was under no obligation to pay me unemployment. I appealed that decision in February. I finally got a hearing with a judge in September. I just got the notice of the decision last night. I'm not really sure what my next steps are. That's the next big hurdle. For now I'm off to take a nap. XX. Hopefully from now on you don't build any faith, hope in your self-esteem on your employers or boss. Those have to come from within, not from others. Everyone is replaceable in the workforce. Wow, you're a Christian. Former boss did nothing like his scriptures would say. Glad you are in a better place now. Take care of you. 1. Make a copy of the judgment. 2. Frame it. Have it around you in pictures. 3. If people ask, you explain. 4. Grab something good to drink. And something really savory to eat. Celebrate. And have a wonderful and awesome life. Because you deserve it. Happy for you. Sounds awesome that justice was served. FYI. Being fired without cause wouldn't preclude you from having claimed unemployment benefits. GIF. They should pay you damages for your mental health deteriorating because of them. There is no hate like Christian love. You are not responsible for your boss's words or behavior. If you are a good employee, then you are a good employee. Your boss's opinion is just one opinion, and your boss is a flawed person to begin with. I thought being fired was generally the only way you can connect unemployment. If you quit, you generally can't. And that's why so many employers try to get you to quit instead of outright firing you. Edit. Not trying to pick a fight or disparaging your story though. And I'm glad you won. Your job, your employer is never your family. They will always look out for themselves. Always. If you remember that going forward, you'll be okay. If you know you're a good employee, then anything negative that happens to you at work isn't really about you. I'm glad the truth prevailed and justice was done. However, there's a lesson here for you about the dangers of externalizing your self-worth, giving away your power, relying on other people for validation of something sacred within you. Sure, you're a victim in this situation and your boss is a phony who took advantage of you. Yet you allowed yourself to become a victim. The absolute undeniable truth is that your worth doesn't depend on anything or anyone. You aren't a waste of space. Even if you happen to be homeless, broke, and unemployable, and neither is anyone else. The sooner you accept this truth and reclaim your power, the better. Quit conflating your value to your employment. Take it from a 57-year-old capitalist indoctrinated person. You need to see value in yourself when no other do. You need to take assessment of what you are and who you are. You sell that to the employer. They do not bestow it upon you. You have a product to sell. Employment. But that is not who or your value. Do not ever, no matter how endearing, think of managers, employers as parental figures. Their job is to squeeze more out of you than they give you. Does that sound like a parent? Well, does it sound like a good parent? I have had to do this ripping of the self from what I sell to my employer and what I actually am. And it's not easy because so many tell you that you positive things when you are employed and you think you are doing the right thing. You are doing the only thing you can to survive, and they will eat you up and spit you out if it means another dime in their pocket. They are not looking at you as a good person. They are looking at you as a profit margin. You are dispensable at the first moment of gain. So it's up to you to see the you that is inside. The one you will enjoy when you retire. Why do so many people retire and then die within a year? Because they had no vision of themselves outside of what they did for their employer. Change that now, and hold on to it for later. You are not just a tool to line their pockets. You are a valuable human being. For your own protection in the future, please don't judge your self-worth by how well you labor for others. You are your own person. Work is and should be a small part of that. You can consider yourself dependable, hardworking, motivated, etc., without using work as a foundation. Get into some hobbies and devote effort into that so that you're never caught off guard like this again. Because I was fired, I was not entitled to any unemployment or benefits. Wrong. Because you were fired, you were entitled to unemployment benefits. Good for you! Exclamation mark. Why are you basing so much of yourself on whether or not you are a good employee? A job is only a job. Live your life. Fuck your boss. An employer lying to and manipulating employees? That never happens. You're crazy. Giving you a big mom hug right now and wishing you happiness and healing. So happy to hear that. Why is it always these religious fanatics who are the most awful people?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.